The fifth-place batter already has 16 homers to lead his team. That's Max Muncy. Muncy at third base. Kyle Tucker, probably the big addition to the Dodgers superstar lineup, is in right field, and the former Plant High School standout bats sixth, Tilby in right. Ryan Ward in there in left field for the injured Teoscar Hernandez, hitting number 7. Dalton Rushing, the catcher, with Will Smith still on the shelf, batting 8th. And Alex Freeland, at least for tonight, will be the second baseman. Tommy Edman could rejoin the club tomorrow as he's trying to come off the injured list. So again, it's Ohtani, Pages, and Freeman. Betts, Muncy, Tucker, Ward, Rushing, and Freeland, with a lefty, Eric Lauer, on the mound. That's the lineup for the two-time defending world champion LA Dodgers, managed by Dave Roberts, who rejoined the team today. His daughter graduated from Stanford yesterday. Let's check out the lineup for the Rays, who have the same number of losses as the Dodgers at 41-27. They've just played 4 fewer games. Leading things off for Tampa Bay, and third in the voting in the American League for DHs for the All-Star game, it's Yandy Diaz. Yandy leads it off. Hitting second at first base is Jonathan Aranda. Aranda bats number 2. Junior Caminero, the league leading vote getter right now at third base, will hit number 3. Again, Junior Caminero bats third. Hitting cleanup in left field tonight is Ryan Vilade. The fifth-place batter is Ben Williamson, who tonight is at second base. Hitting sixth is the right fielder, Austin Slater. Slater probably has much experience in this ballpark as any member of the Rays. Cedric Mullins, the number 7 batter, is the center fielder. The 8th-place hitter is Nick Fortes, who catches tonight. Taylor Walls will round out the lineup and play shortstop. So only 2 lefties in the lineup, Jonathan Aranda and Cedric Mullins. So again, for the Rays today, it's Diaz, Aranda, and Caminero. Vilade, Williamson, Slater, Mullins, Fortes, and Walls. That's the lineup for Tampa Bay, with Nick Martinez on the hill. Our starting lineups for tonight's ball game, presented by Republic Bank. Time to thrive. Youngsters out taking the field with the Dodgers, who are in their home whites with the blue and the red trim. The Rays will wear the navy blue tops, which they've worn throughout this road trip, and they will go with the gray pants today. Next up are umpires from Central Florida Behavioral Health Network, bringing hope, health, and recovery. Visit cfbhn.org. Dan Merzell has the plate tonight with the crew chief at first, that being Dan Bellino. Mark Ripperger is the umpire at second, and Shane Livensparger is the umpire at third. So again, Merzell on the plate, Bellino at first, Ripperger at second, and Shane Livensparger the umpire at third. And our umpires again from Central Florida Behavioral Health Network, bringing hope, health, and recovery at cfbhn.org. Now time for our pitching preview, and it is presented by Canes Furniture. Quality selection value. That is the confidence of Canes. And it's lanky lefty Eric Lauer taking his warm-up tosses. In 1 year, he's played for both teams that were in the World Series a season ago. He started the year with the Blue Jays, who he helped get to the World Series last year, and here he is now making his 4th start with the LA Dodgers this season. He's set to go, so is Yandy Diaz on a picture-perfect night. You could say it's almost a Hollywood script. I guess we're close enough to Hollywood, and here to bring us our star. He'll start us off with the play-by-play, my broadcast partner, Andy Freed.
Okay, Neil, thank you very much, and good evening to you from L.A. as we get set for Rays and Dodgers, the first of 3, and Yandy Diaz will start it, the American League's leading hitter. And Eric Lauer's first pitch of the game is a called strike, and we start at 7:11 West Coast time. The Rays, when they faced Eric Lauer back on May the 4th when he was with Toronto, they ambushed him right away in the first inning. In the 0-1, hit in the air towards right field. Ranging back on it is Tucker, but he's there to make the catch. Yandy is out number 1.
Defensively for the Dodgers, you mentioned Tucker is in right, Andy Pages is in center, and the left fielder is Ryan Ward. Third to first on the infield, Max Muncy, Mookie Betts, Alex Freeland, and Freddie Freeman. Dalton Rushing behind the plate.
When the Rays faced Eric Lauer May 4th, the front 3 were Simpson, Caminero, and Vilade. It went single, walk, 3-run homer, and the Rays ended up winning it 5-1. And he had only one more start as a Blue Jay remaining before they DFA'd him. Jonathan Aranda swings and misses, and the count is 0-1. Now he has had much better luck here with the Dodgers. And this is an experienced veteran left-hander. Like Neil said, he has gotten a ton of run support. Aranda takes 2 high. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. But he also has a 2.76 ERA since coming to the Dodgers, so he is, without a doubt, held his own. 1 ball, 1 strike to Aranda. Lauer, first base shot of the rubber. The tall lefty comes to the plate, floats it over for called strike 2. A slow breaking ball. On the outside, it is 1-2 to Aranda. Brady Williams coaching third. Corey Dickerson at first for the dark blue clad Tampa Bay Rays. Of course, Dodgers in their classic home whites. There's a swing and a pop-up foul off to the left. Tell you what, Dodger fans get knocked for showing up late. They didn't show up late tonight. They also got knocked for leaving early. We'll let you know about that in a little while. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count to Aranda. Caminero is on deck. Now the turn on the rubber and down the hill. Lauer, look out, up and inside to Aranda, right around his helmet. Thankfully backed out of the way. We were talking about some of the reasons why the Blue Jays needed to pick up a guy like Lauer, who they traded for cash considerations, and Lauer was becoming a bit of a malcontent from the Blue Jays standpoint, not wanting to work behind an opener, be a bulk guy. Well, he's gotten his wish. Here's a swing and a miss, and Aranda has struck out. Looked like a slider that went away from Aranda. 2 quick outs in the Rays' first. But you look at who is on the injured list for the Dodgers, and you got multiple-time All-Stars. Their injured list team might also be in first place if they were just by themselves. Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, Kike Hernandez, Brewster Gratterall, Blake Snell, Brock Stewart, Tyler Glasnow, Edwin Diaz. Tommy Edman hasn't even played yet this year. Swing and a miss by Caminero, and it's 0-1. Not to mention Evan Phillips, a former Ray who's worked as a late inning reliever for them, and Bobby Miller and Gavin Stone, among others. Landon Knack. They've got a very full injured list. Lauer throws, and he's down and inside to Caminero. 1 ball and 1 strike. So suffice it to say, the Dodgers in excellent shape, even though they just lost their first series in over a month to the fellow first-place Chicago White Sox. Caminero starts to go and takes breaking ball low and in. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Dodgers lost a game yesterday with San Diego winning in Baltimore, so they do lead the West by 7 games. And the Rays are 1 game behind the idle Yankees in the American League East. These are 2 of the top 5 records in baseball today. Caminero takes a pitch a little high, and he gets a hitter's count now. 3 balls, 1 strike. Valade is on deck. Rays facing lefties today and tomorrow, and then Ohtani on Wednesday. The 3-1 pitch, whack towards right center field. Tucker ranging back. It's over his head, and 1 hop off the wall. Junior heading towards second base. Tucker plays the carom and fires in on target, but a little late. It is a rocket double by Junior Caminero, and the Rays have their first hit.
Every hit is a win with Suncoast. For each Rays hit, Suncoast donates $79 in honor of their 79 Florida branches with up to 10,000 local nonprofits each month. You know, Junior did not see a strike the whole sequence. That pitch was above the strike zone, but boy, can he go out and get it.
Hit it at 109 off the bat. Well, the ball he hit for game-winning homer yesterday was a ball also. In fact, it was off the plate in, and he can't seem to hold back on those pitches, but he knocked it over the left field wall. Here comes Ryan Valade, who swings and launches one deep to left field, way up there, heading to the back of the bleachers, and gone! Home run! What a shot for Ryan Valade! And the Rays have ambushed Eric Lauer again. It's 2-0. We mentioned they ambushed him on May the 4th. Valade hit a 3-run homer that day in the first. Today, a 2-run shot, and the Rays strike first in L.A.
422 feet estimated distance. Might have been longer than that. Boy, did he hammer that.
There have only been a few balls that have gone out of Dodger Stadium. This one didn't quite make it that far. But it also wasn't that far away to the top of the left field stands. So 2-0 Rays right from jump. And here's Ben Williamson, a right-hand batter, taking high ball 1. Williamson hit his first home run as a Ray yesterday, his first of the year. 1 ball, no strikes. And he swings and pops it up out of play to the right side. For Valade, his 4th home run of the year, and half of them are against the man on the mound, Eric Lauer. 1 ball, 1 strike. Remember, they were 2 out and nobody on when it started. Now the 1-1 pitch, Williamson takes outside. The home run that Williamson hit yesterday was just his 2nd as a major leaguer, which I found surprising because we saw some of the power that he has when he had it in spring training this year. Now the pitch from Lauer drops a low one outside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. In fact, it snapped the 2nd longest homer drought per at bat in the majors, and maybe not surprisingly, the longer drought is his teammate Chandler Simpson. Williamson swings and sends one up into the air to center, but playable for Andy Pages. Slides over to his left, and now back a step to catch it and retire the side. But a double by Caminero and a moonshot. L.A. is where they coined the term moonshot. Wally Moon would have been proud by Ryan Valade at the end of half an inning. It is Rays 2, Dodgers on the way against Nick Martinez after this on the Rays Radio Network.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Raise a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first in L.A. and our pitching preview from Canes Furniture. Quality selection value. That's the confidence of Canes. And Nick Martinez coming off a really good start against Boston his last time out on the hill for Tampa Bay.
All right, 35-year-old Nick Martinez given a 2-0 lead. He will face a very hefty Dodger lineup, even with some of their lead guys out. It is still very, very good. And, of course, started by the man that gets the biggest roars around here, and deservedly so, Shohei Ohtani. And Martinez's first pitch of the night is lifted up into the air and foul. Everybody roars on everything he does. That thing went over the third base dugout. That far foul, but he can do no wrong. No balls, 1 strike. 302, 14 homers, 41 batted in, and he's been very, very hot since the middle of May. He takes strike 2, and it's 0-2, and there's the changeup by Martinez, against which the league is hitting only 113 this season. It's been that good. Ohtani, Pages, and Freeman. Betts hitting 4th tonight. They've moved Mookie up and down the top part of the lineup a little bit. No balls, 2 strikes to Ohtani. Martinez rocks over the rubber and delivers to the plate. Fly ball towards right field. Back on it goes Slater, but he's got room. Short of the track to make the catch, and the changeup had him just that far out in front for 1 away.
Boy, you would have thought he hit a moonshot the way the crowd reacted as we set the defense for the Rays. Austin Slater in right. In center, Cedric Mullins and Ryan Valade, who has a homer in left. Junior Caminero, Taylor Walls, Ben Williamson, Jonathan Aranda third to first on the infield, Nick Fortes behind the plate.
Andy Pages is having a bang-up season for the LA Dodgers right from the very beginning. And a right-hand batter takes inside for ball 1. Now he has come back to earth a little bit. But 273 on the season, 15 homers and 56 runs batted in. Rays playing to pull in the infield, straight away in the outfield, and Martinez drops one a shade low. And it's 2 balls, no strikes to Pages. Batting second for the Dodgers must be the best place to bat in any lineup in all of baseball. 2 balls, no strikes. Swings and chops it up the third baseline foul. 2-1 because you have so much protection ahead of you and behind you. Wherever a pitcher goes, you got to pitch to somebody at some point. He's got Freeman and Betts behind him. He's got Ohtani in front of him. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Pages. He's a fantastic young player. But it's an enviable position in which to be. Martinez down the hill on 2-1. Squibbed up the first base line. Fair ball. Picked up by Aranda. He'll go to the bag and 2 quick outs.
There's that beautiful changeup again for Nick Martinez, drawing soft contact. And against the Dodgers, you got to accept the fact that you're not going to get many strikeouts. You just got to deal with the soft contact and hope you get the outs in the right spot.
Well, the Dodgers have scored the second most runs in baseball this year while allowing the fewest. So that is a recipe for first place. Here's Freddie Freeman with 2 out, nobody on, and 2-0. Rays in the lead. Swings and grounds it to Aranda, but outside the bag, just foul. Right near Chris Woodward, their first base coach. Dino Ebel is the third base coach for L.A. No balls and a strike to Freeman. Knee slightly bent. Bat bouncing on his left shoulder, and the pitch comes in low. Fastball up to 94 for Martinez. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nick in short sleeves tonight. Most of the players, as I look around, are a couple in long sleeves. It'll get cooler as the sun sets. Freeman swings and pops it up out of play off third. And 1 ball, 2 strikes to Freddie Freeman. Freeman, you might have heard, recently crossed the 2,500 hit barrier. Some are saying he might be the last 3,000 hit guy. Now, I don't necessarily buy into that. Here he swings and fouls it back at his 1-2. I mean, there aren't that many when you really think about it in the history of the game to begin with. But I can understand the notion behind it. But a few more good years and he'll be the next. Nobody all that close behind him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Martinez, third base side of the rubber, comes home, swung on and fouled straight back. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Freddie Freeman has always been one of those guys, whenever I've seen him, that seems like he controls the at-bat. I mean, of course, he'll make his outs like every player, but he hits for average, hits for power, hits for contact. Just one of the great players. And now 1-2. Swing, line drive towards the gap in the left center. Valade, though, got a good beat on it. Squares off and makes the catch shy of the track to retire the side. We're done with 1 at Dodger Stadium. It's Rays 2, LA nothing on the Rays Radio Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, spend 6 months living...
It's time to send your Rays to the 26th MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. Voting is open all June, and you can cast your ballot every single day. Hope your favorite Rays get to baseball's big stage during All-Star Week. Make sure your vote counts. Vote Rays today. RaysBaseball.com/vote. Junior Caminero at the top of the vote for the American League third baseman, and you got Yandy Diaz sitting third for DH, so keep voting for Rays. As we go to the second, Rays have a 2-0 lead over Eric Lauer and the Dodgers.
It really says something, Neil, that Junior is leading the way amongst third basemen. And maybe we got a hint of it when we found out his was the top-selling jersey of the World Baseball Classic, even ahead of Shohei Ohtani. So people have taken notice of Junior Caminero. And hope he continue. You know, the Rays, if I'm not mistaken, have never had a back-to-back starter in the All-Star game. Maybe got a chance to do it this year. Here's Austin Slater to start it against Eric Lauer. The first pitch comes in high, ball one. Slater, Mullins, and Fortes at a 2-0 Rays lead. Second inning. The lefty returns. Swing and a miss. It's the fastball at 90, but Slater behind him. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lauer, 31 years of age, from Kent State in Ohio, born in Ohio. He's faced the Rays 8 times over the years, only beaten them once. Swing, line drive, left center field, getting down quickly, and it drops for a base hit. Ryan Ward, the left fielder, to cut it off. And Austin Slater starts the Rays second with a base hit to left field.
Dreamfinders Homes, the 2025 National Builder of the Year, is now your official home builder of the Rays and building new homes throughout Tampa Bay. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all their great offers.
Leadoff man aboard, and up comes Cedric Mullins, who, while he might not have gotten the headlines yesterday, Caminero's homer, Mace's homer, Simpson's hit, and some of the key pitches made yesterday, but Mullins might have made the whole thing happen in the win against the Angels. He takes outside ball one. Cedric went 2 for 2 with 2 walks, 2 stolen bases, and scored the winning run. It seemed like he was in the middle of everything that the Rays did yesterday. 1 ball, no strikes. He takes strike on the outside, and it's even up at 1-1. His average up to 201 now, but it seems like whenever he does something, it's always directly, a direct line to a Rays win. The pitch to Mullins is up too high, 2-1. I think it's easy to forget too. The other players go through stretches Mookie Betts just got his average up to over 200 yesterday. Got a long way to go. We're not yet to the even halfway point of this season. Slater leads on 2-1. Mullins take change low and outside. Had 3 balls and 1 strike. Muncy is shallow at third. Everybody else pushed back except Freeman, holding Slater aboard. 3 balls and a strike. Lauer, first base side of the rubber, sets and holds. Still holding, now pushes off. Inside ball 4. A single and a walk, and the Rays are set up. 2 on and nobody out.
The thing that stands out about Cedric right now is his swing decisions, Andy. He's not chasing, and even the 1 strike in the sequence was on the outside edge. Nothing you could do with. He let it go and said, all right, I'll wait for another one, a better pitch, and he never got one in the zone.
All right, walked twice yesterday. His first today. He's on. Rays have speed on base. And now Nick Fortes, who you'd think would be in there today and tomorrow with Dodger lefties starting. Open stands for the left side. Or from the right side, I should say. As the lefty Lauer comes to him, he shows bunt, gets it down towards third. Picked up by Muncy. His throw on to first in time with Freeland from second covering. And the Rays get second and third with 1 out.
Turned out very good for the Rays. It almost turned out to be great because Freeland, as he came over, looked like he slipped a little bit coming toward the first base bag to receive this throw. And it was a tiny bit behind him, but he was able to keep his foot on the bag and make the catch. But it's a great bunt by Fortes because he made the third baseman have to make the play.
It's interesting, too. You were talking about Freeland. With a right-hand batter bunting, the second baseman is usually almost up the middle where Freeland was. Here's Taylor Walls, who takes outside ball 1. That's a long way to run. So the third baseman has to basically hit a moving target. And you could see Muncy slow his arm down and direct the throw. They converted it. And it's a Prime spot for Walls. He shows bunt and takes outside. It's now 2 balls, no strikes, and we know Walls will bunt in any count. He's ahead 2-0 and looks down to Brady Williams at third, and Brady goes over to say something to Austin Slater as he takes his lead from third. Mullins, fast runner off second. Outfield plays Walls to pull on 2-0. Taking all the way, and it's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. No sign of a bunt there from Walls. Freeman is in several steps. He's well onto the grass at first. Muncy about even with a bag at third. And Yandy Diaz on deck. 2 balls, 1 strike. The stretch. Now the pitch. Walls shows bunt. Gets it down towards first. Here comes Freeman. He will turn and throw to first in time for the out, but the sac bunt works. Slater scores. Mullins to third. It's 3-0 Rays.
Rays lead the majors in sacrifices, and boy, you couldn't have laid that down any better than Taylor Walls did there.
So a sacrifice bunt going 3-4.
Number 2, Yandy Diaz.
And again, Freeland had to come running over from playing up the middle at second base. All right, the Rays played for 1. They got 1 in, and now can they get the extra 1 in? With a man at third, 2 down, and Yandy Diaz up. He takes 2 high, ball 1. Well, Yandy had a hit in his first plate appearance at Anaheim, but hasn't had 1 since. A couple of walks mixed in. Drove the ball well to right, though, for an out his first time today. Here's Lauer pitching. Taken, breaking ball, outside corner strike. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Mullins, so just a walking lead at third. Muncy is playing well behind him. He could probably even take a larger lead if he wanted. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yandy takes down low. And the reason that matters is there's a lot of territory behind home plate, directly behind home plate here at Dodger Stadium. So any extra step or two you could get all but ensures that you could stand up crossing home if one were to get away from Dalton rushing. 2-1 to Yandy Diaz. Swings and fouls it away into the second deck off first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So it's even to Yandy at 2-2. 3-0 Rays lead. We're in the second inning. And I'll tell you, when you got chances to score against the Dodgers, you got to get as many in as you can because their entire offense is always a sleeping giant. The 2-2 to Yandy. Outside and high, 3-2. Now, Aranda, a left-hand batter who struck out his first time, is on deck. He's the Rays' RBI leader. But Lauer doesn't have to come into Yandy here if he doesn't want to. See what happens on this payoff pitch. Mullins from third. Yandy swings and grounds it towards short. Routine for Mookie Betts, who throws on to first. And the Rays, well, they played for 1. They got 1 and only 1. But they've added on, and through 2.5, it's Rays 3, Dodgers nothing on the Rays Radio Network.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
I'd finally have time to reread my favorite fantasy book.
Dig deeper. We're imagining winning the New York lottery here.
Okay, I'd build my own reading nook right where the sun hits.
You're getting warmer.
The French sun. I'll buy a villa in Marseille. Wait, what's the French word for sun?
I don't know, Kathy. You're the reader.
Okay, I'll hire a tutor to learn the French word for sun, then the words to negotiate real estate, then I'll...
Get ready for the best summer at Tropicana Field with the Rays. With a family pack, you can get tickets to the game, meals for everyone, and a parking pass. And it starts at just $27 per person. It is the perfect way to spend a summer day. Find more, raysbaseball.com/summer. So Nick Martinez goes to the mound here in the second inning with a larger lead than he had in the first, a 3-0 advantage.
All right, here is the cleanup hitter, Betts, and then Muncy and Tucker for the Dodgers. Martinez had a relatively, very quiet first inning. 3 up, 3 down. Goes to work in the second. And here's Mookie Betts, who takes low and outside ball 1. Hard to believe the extended struggling for a guy that I think is a Hall of Fame player. I think for a time was the best player in the game. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's Martinez right back. Line drive over third. Fair ball. Down the left field line. All the way into the corner. Avalade chases it. Grabs it, throws it into third. Betts pulls into second, and he's got a leadoff double. Mookie Betts, over the last 2 weeks, was in a 9-for-54 stretch, and then ended up going 5-for-9 with a homer against the White Sox. So there's hope here in L.A. that his bat is finally starting to come around. And that right there looked like the same old Mookie Betts we've been seeing in this league for a very long time.
Yeah, sinker down in the zone and just kind of flicked it over the head of Junior down the left field line.
That is only his 5th double of the season. And as we mentioned earlier, he just got his average up over the 200 mark over the weekend. Here's Max Muncy. Martinez's pitch. High pop-up, foul out of play. Third base side and goes to the lower deck. There are still several Dodgers that were with the 2020 team that beat the Rays in 6 games in the World Series. Betts and Muncy being 2 of them. In fact, as I look up and down, they may be the only 2 of them. But since that time, the Rays and the Dodgers have met in a bunch of other series. Swing on a line drive, caught and dropped by Aranda. Flips it over to Martinez, safe. Betts holds at second base. I think he had to make sure that Aranda had not caught the ball. It was a low little hovering liner. And there's no challenge from the Rays. So I thought he caught it in the air, and then it went off his backhand attempt. Yeah, he did. He had it and dropped it. They're going to say base hit on that one.
Boy, that is as generous it gets. That's a routine soft liner.
Yes, it is. And then the call was corrected first. So it's 2-on and nobody out. And the tying run comes up. Here's Kyle Tucker. And the first one to him is inside and high ball 1. The Rays and the Dodgers met in 2021. The Rays taking 2 of 3 at Tropicana Field. That wild final game, if you remember, which I think was like an 11 o'clock a.m. game or one of those, and the Rays held on to an 11-10 win. I remember Jason Adam getting the save that day. And then the Rays lost 2 of 3 here to the Dodgers the next year. And then last year, maybe not the next year, but one of the years in there, I think in 24. And then last year, the Dodgers took 2 of 3 at Steinbrenner Field. Tucker takes very high, and Martinez is in trouble. 2 balls, no strikes with 2 on, nobody out. Tucker signed a 4-year deal with L.A. after his 1 year with the Cubs and great body of work with the Astros. And the pitch swung on and fouled back. Tell you what, he got a fastball down the middle at 94 on 2-0 and just missed it. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Tucker only hitting .235, 5 homers, 36 batted in, but 16 doubles. 2 balls, 1 strike. Martinez, third base side of the rubber, pauses and now throws. Swing and a miss at the tremendous changeup, as they say, fell off the table. I don't know if you saw, I'm sure Neil and I both saw it. There's a new stat going around in the game today. I think it's called miss rate, or something to that effect. In other words, when players swing and miss, by how much are they missing? Number 1 in the league on changeups, Nick Martinez. the hitters are averaging missing that pitch by about 6 inches. That one right there just added to it. 2-2 pitch, pumped up out of play. Third base. Did you see that, Neil?
I did, and it's not surprising based on the swings we've seen this year. When he makes that pitch, his best pitch, it's almost impossible for anyone to square up.
I always wonder at moments like this, too. I mean, would he show it? Just why not pitch it again? I mean, he just tried to get a heater by him, and now he's set up for it. The 2-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball pulled foul. That was a changeup, but Tucker, to his credit, able to just get a piece of it.
Well, this is such a good lineup, though. You have to really keep them off balance. And I worry about the extra out they just gave because, I mean, they're relentless as a group.
Yes, they are. Rays lead 3-0. Tying run is up, though, with nobody out in the second inning. Martinez sets. Here he comes. Taken low, and a good take, too. But Tucker started to go and held back, and it's 3-2. It's a full count. Betts at second, Muncy at first. Martinez sets below the belt. Ready and fires. Fly ball well hit towards right field. Going back Slater all the way back. Gone. 3-run homer by Tucker, and we start over again. It's a tie game, 3-3. Well, normally this year, when you give Nick Martinez a 3-run lead, that holds up. But it only took 3 batters in the second to erase it. A defensive play not made by the Rays after the double, and then the 3-run homer by Tucker. And now Ryan Ward swings and misses. It's 0-1. So the Rays built the lead. They're going to have to build another one. 6th home run of the year for Kyle Tucker. Martinez can work back out of the windup. Here he throws. Fouled straight back. And it's 0-2. It's a deflating moment for sure. There's no getting around that. To have built the lead and then see it go away so quickly. Ward swings and tries one down the left field line. Slicing, and it ends up foul. Right near the pole, and went to the left of the foul pole by only about a seat or two. But third base umpire Shane Leibensberger correctly ruled it foul. Ryan Valade, if the umpires needed any help, pointed where it went foul. So no challenge for the Dodgers.
Every guy in their lineup can hit the ball out.
It is 0-2 to Ward. They've shown it to us again. I mean, that thing was very close. In fact, it skimmed the very top of the low wall, just barely to the left of the bottom of the foul pole. And the 0-2 pitch, fastball up and in. And it is 1-2. Each team now not only 3 runs, but 3 base hits. Dodgers have come consecutively. There's Martinez pitching. Fly ball towards left field, pushing back Valade a couple of steps, but shy of the track, he hauls it in, and there's the first out of the second inning.
Looking back at the changeup that Tucker hit out of the ballpark, he just didn't, it was stayed in the strike zone. And at 3-2, when you've seen the pitch 3 or 4 times, a really good hitter makes an adjustment. And I give Tucker credit, but I'm sure that was not Nick's best 2-strike pitch.
No, normally that changeup ends up out of the zone. All right, so 1 out. Here's Dalton rushing, who swings and hammers one to center, but there's Cedric Mullins to make the catch. And boy, that thing got out there extremely fast. There's 2 men down here in the second inning. It leaves it for Alex Freeland. Dodgers are hoping to have Tommy Edman back as early as tomorrow. He has yet to play a game this year. He played last year with a bad ankle and finally had the surgery, and he's been on a rehab assignment with Oklahoma City in AAA ball, and he should be in the lineup tomorrow. Freeland, left-hand batter, takes a breaking ball strike over the outside corner. It's 0-1. And Edman can play outfield also. He can play all around. No balls, one strike. Caminero in shallow at third. Freeland takes away, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball 94 from Nick Martinez. It's been a bit of a job share at second base for the Dodgers in the absence of Edman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Freeland takes too high. 2-1. Ohtani into the on-deck area. Martinez rocking back and forth, now steps back, winds up and pitches, and he's low, 3-1. Nick, not really a guy that walks too many. And you know he doesn't want to go to a walk against the number 9 man with Ohtani next. See what he gets on 3-1. Martinez coming to the plate. Swing foul straight back, 3-2.
You had said that Pages gets the best protection. How about the guy hitting 9th? With Ohtani coming up, I mean, you know you got to get good pitches to hit because they don't want you on base.
Honestly, that is so true. All right, full count 3-2. Freeland, I think, used his timeout adjusting his batting gloves. Freeland hitting .234, 3 homers, 16 batted in. And Martinez delivering home on the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. And he went with a cutter to get out of the inning. But the Dodgers strike with a 3-run homer from Kyle Tucker. And now we're done with 2. It's the Rays and the Dodgers tied at 3 on the Rays Radio Network.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, street eating.
Here's the club you want to get into, Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents a gallon on your first fill-up. And the official mortgage partner of the Rays Union Home Mortgage is your partner from First Homes to Refinance. Get started with UHM today and visit UHM.com to learn more. New game as Jonathan Aranda comes to bat here in the third. Rays Dodgers tied at 3.
Well, I know they called the drive off the bat of Muncy, and I say drive loosely. It was a soft liner. They gave him a hit. I can't, and I'm not going to put words in Aranda's mouth, but I'll bet Aranda would say it's a ball he probably should have caught him. Probably should have been an E3. The lead off here in the third, and a check swing and a miss from Eric Lauer, who gets new life. Tie game. No balls, 1 strike to Aranda, who is the only strikeout victim so far from Eric Lauer. Now the tall lefty returns, down and away with a breaking ball. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Lauer is a number 1 pick. The 25th overall, 2016 by the Padres from Kent State in Ohio. And a pitch, swing and a miss. Cutter at the top of the zone, and it is 1-2. Pitch with the Padres, parts of 2 years. The Brewers, parts of 4 years. The Blue Jays, parts of 2 years, including this year, now with his 4th big league team. Yeah, the volatility of pitching, I mean, it's all over the league. Aranda takes a pitch that hit him. It came and got him in the arm guard. And with 2 strikes against him, in fact, on a 1-2 count, he will take the hit by pitch. Hardly reacted to it. So leadoff man on for the Rays, and up steps Junior Caminero. I mean, last year, it was great times for Eric Lauer, a very important member of the Blue Jays, regular season and postseason, in fact. He was really tough against the Dodgers and all the other October teams. It's Junior Caminero taking changeup strike over the outside. It's 0-1. In fact, it was Lauer. Oh, pardon me. Junior Caminero is challenging this pitch, and the ruling is strike.
The count is 0-1.
That's Dan Merzel, the home plate umpire. And the Rays are down to 1 challenge. And 0-1 the count to Caminero. Aranda at first, nobody out, 3rd inning, 3-3 tie. Swing high bouncer towards Muncy at 3rd. Charges in fields. And the throw to first, just in time to get a hustling junior. But Aranda advances to 2nd. So man at 2nd, 1 out. See, the Rays can have an answer here. Here's Ryan Valade, who launched a tape measure homer his first time up. Lauer was on the mound last year for the Blue Jays against the Rays on the last day of the year. In fact, it was Aranda that made the last out, a ground to first. And the Blue Jays had their first division title in a decade. Like we said, he didn't pitch well in postseason. Valade takes outside for ball 1. But this year, hadn't gone well at all. Still, overall, 2-5, a 5.5 ERA this season for the veteran Eric Lauer, 31 years of age. Valade takes inside. And now it's 2 balls, no strikes. Tell you what, have an answer right here in the 3rd inning would be pretty big for the Rays. Runner in scoring position, less than 2 out, to try to answer the Tucker game-tying home. 2-0. Aranda shortens his lead a bit. Lauer stares back at him and then steps off the rubber. It's 2-0 to Valade. We'll reiterate, he has 4 homers this year and half of them against the man on the mound, Eric Lauer. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's Lauer pitching. Popped him up in the air to right. Playable for Tucker. Moving back a couple of steps. The catch is made and Aranda holds. So runner at 2nd and 2 down. And now it'll be up to Ben Williamson. And Williamson flied to center field, his only time up. Interestingly enough, perhaps the best start ever for Eric Lauer in his career came, you guessed it, against the Dodgers. 8 2/3 back in his rookie year of 2018. Here's the first one to Williamson. Big roundhouse curveball drops in for a strike, and it's 0-1. See, this can be one of those times when Williamson uses, as he calls it, the back half of the field. Second baseman Freeland is cut well towards the middle. Freeman, the first baseman, is off the line. A lot of room over there. And Williamson swings, ground ball, base hit right field. Tucker on the field, being waved to almost Aranda. Here's the throw by Tucker. It's there. And Aranda is out. It's a very fast field on a low-cut grass here at Dodger Stadium. It got to Tucker in a hurry, and he unleashed a perfect throw to Dalton Rushing with a tag to Aranda, and the Rays are done here in the 3rd. At the end of 2 1/2, it is Rays 3, Dodgers 3 on the Rays Radio Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
I'd finally have time to reread my favorite fantasy book.
Dig deeper. We're imagining winning the New York lottery here.
Okay, I'd build my own reading nook right where the sun hits.
You're getting warmer.
The French sun. I'll buy a villa in Marseille. Wait, what's the French word for sun?
I don't know, Kathy. You're the reader.
Okay, I'll hire a tutor to learn the French word for sun, then the words to negotiate real estate, then I'll buy my own French library.
And to think you just wanted to reread a book. New York lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux...
Culver's brings Kurtz in the third at Tropicana Field. At every home game at the Rays score in the third, you score a free Wisconsin cheese curds from Culver's. Rays up. Andy, you had mentioned earlier the Dodgers second in baseball in runs scored. They've got the lowest ERA, or they're the best at preventing runs. They also have the best defense, and Kyle Tucker just showed it that last half inning.
Yep, very well done by Tucker. I mean, a perfect one-hop throw. And if you go down to the field, as Neil and I did before the game today, you see how low the grass is cut. I mean, it is, as the saying goes, it is like a putting green all the way around. So it's usually a very clean, if not perfect, bounce to the catcher on a one-hopper. That looked like the way they work on it in the Cactus League. All right, so we go back to the top of the order at a 3-3 tie, and here's Nick Martinez against Shohei Ohtani, who takes fastball above the belt, ball one. Ohtani, Pages, and Freeman due up for L.A. The infield yanked around to the right side. Of course, the outfield extremely deep. And Allen wanted, a fastball swung and missed. And it is 1-1 strike. Ohtani, who has won 4 MVP awards, is finding himself in the Cy Young race this year in the National League. Swinging a pop-up off the end of the bat, floating out of play down to the lower deck, 1-2. Now he's got some really stiff competition there. Maybe even more so than when he's been winning these 4 MVPs, but I don't know who I'd go for between Mizorowski and Sanchez with the Phillies. Of course, Skeens is always up there, and Ohtani, who we will see Wednesday, sporting around a 2.10 ERA. Ohtani takes one way up and outside to even the count at 2-2. Oh, pardon me, not a 2.10 ERA, a 1.06 ERA. I accidentally doubled his earned run average, and that's really hard to do. Now on 2-2, he swings and grounds one to Caminero at third, charging into field, off balance flip, and he gets him. That's another thing about Ohtani that may not get talked about enough is how fast he is. And he just beat that out. Good play by Caminero and one out.
Well, you don't get to 50-50 by accident. I mean, and he's not running as much now, but it's because he's pitching also, as you were touching on. That's why he's not stealing as many bases.
You know, he certainly could. All right, one out, nobody on. Here's Andy Pages. And Martinez comes to him, taken high. Ball one. Yeah, and that's true. After the 50-50, I suppose it's more known. I remember in his days with the Angels, everybody talked about all the other things he could do, and then you'd watch him play, and you're like, my goodness, he gets up the line fast. Here's a strike to Pages over the outside. 1-1 strike. Pages grounded out softly to first base. His only time up. Swings and lines it down the left field line, foul. Boy, even the ball boy plays good defense here. That thing went off the carom. He went out to left field, and it bounced right to him. 1-2 the count to Pages. Now Martinez lowers the arms and pitches. Swing grounded to Caminero, but foul again. Still 1-2 strikes. And Freddie Freeman out on deck. Tied at 3. Rays got 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Tucker answered with one big swing in the bottom of the second to tie the game, a 3-run shot. It's a 3-3 tie. Rays did play for the one run there in the second inning to get the 3-0 lead, but then the home run canceled it all out. Because Martinez throwing 1-2, fastball fouled straight back. High heater. There's a ball and 2 strikes. You know, the Rays do need some innings tonight out of Nick Martinez. When you look at what happened yesterday, the Rays using basically 6 relievers in a bullpen day. Here he comes on 1-2. Breaking ball, I guess a little bit low, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, I thought that looked like a breaking ball. That was his changeup. It looked like a splitter. 2-2 the count. Here he comes. Fouled away again. On a high fastball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the Rays aren't in dire need, but they wouldn't mind to see 6 innings or maybe even more tonight from Nick Martinez. But the Dodgers have already got him to 50 pitches with only 1 out, 3rd inning. And he's a delivery, and it's a strike 3 call. Pages doesn't want to leave the batter's box, but he is not asking for a challenge, so there's 2 men retired.
Really, really close pitch. It might have been one of those that where the top part of the baseball skimmed the bottom part of the zone. So at 3-3 in the 3rd, Pages elected not to challenge.
So 2 out, no one on, and here now Freddie Freeman. The left-hand batter, Martinez comes to him. There is his breaking ball. No, pardon me, that was his changeup. I get fooled by that thing. I think watching in live action, it almost looks like a curveball or a splitter, and then I see the monitor right back, and that was his changeup. That's how much it moves. Swinging a line drive foul off the left side. And no balls, 2 strikes to count to Freeman. Martinez got the side in order in the first through these same 3 hitters and trying to do it again with Freeman here in the 3rd. 36-year-old Freddie Freeman awaiting. Swings and lines it foul once more. Off the screen down the left field line. No balls, 2 strikes to Freddie Freeman. Martinez rocks back and forth, steps back, lifts the leg, and comes home. Swing ground ball right to second base. Juggled by Williamson, but plenty of time to pick it up and throw Freeman out to retire the side. Gets the top part of the order, 1-2-3 for the 2nd straight time. And at the end of 3 full, it's Rays 3, Dodgers 3 on the Rays Radio Network.
This is
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC.
As we get ready for the 4th inning at Dodger Stadium, in a 3-3 tie, we'll pause for station identification with the Tampa Bay Rays Radio Network. Along with Neil Solondz, I'm Andy Freed. Mike Noto is our engineer. Cody Haynes staying up late in the 11 o'clock hour back in our network studios in Florida. Chris Miller, Becca Carney, Austin Platt, Chris Adams-Wall, of course. Tim Rapone. It's Rays Radio from L.A. on a Monday night in June. And now as we go to the fourth inning at a 3-3 tie, I'll send it over now to Neil Solondz.
All right, thanks, Andy. Austin Slater steps in. Base hit his first time at a run scored, and he takes a looping breaking ball high for a ball 1-0. The Rays had their third inning end when Jonathan Aranda was thrown out at the plate on Ben Williamson's single. And Slater almost was a casualty. The pitch. 1-0 is pop foul to the right out of play, 1-1. Taking a look at the replay, Austin Slater was trying to pull the bat out of the way that Williamson had left at the plate. And he almost got hit, Slater that is, by the throw home by Kyle Tucker. He got out of the way just in the nick of time. 1-1. Swinging a ground ball, slowly hit toward short. Charging his bets, though. He sets, throws on the run, and in time to get Slater and one down in the fourth. The Dodgers are the best team in baseball defensively, and they made that play look easy.
If you're craving the best pizza in Tampa Bay, Colony Grill, the official pizza of the Rays, has been serving its famous thin crust pizza since 1935. So whether you're celebrating a victory or just enjoying a meal with your family and friends, Colony Grill's famous thin crust pizza knocks it out of the park.
See if that helps Lauer settled in a little bit. He's had runners on base every inning so far, with the Rays scoring in the first two. Here's Cedric Mullins. Walked his first time and takes high here for a ball 1-0. Cedric has a base hit against every team in the big leagues except the Dodgers. See if he changes that. Lefty on lefty. 1-0 pitch. Taken, too tall, and it's 2-0. Then Nick Fortes to follow here in the fourth. 3-3 game. Rays scored 2 in the first on a Valade homer. 1 in the second on a Wall safety squeeze. 2-0 from the windup. Is taken all the way, a called strike 2-1, and then a 3-run homer by Kyle Tucker in the bottom of the second. Drew us even, and that's where we stand in the fourth. For Eric Lauer, making his fourth start with the Dodgers after starting the year with the Blue Jays. The pitch. Swing and a miss, a ball in on the hands. It's 2-2. Good cutter from Lauer. Last year, Lauer helped the Blue Jays get this close to winning the World Series. This year, he was not performing nearly as well, and he did not want to be a bulk pitcher behind an opener. So he was let go, as Andy touched on. 2-2. Swing and a foul straight back. It's still 2-2 on Mullins. Again, 1 gone in the fourth, 3-3 game. And he gets some benefits with the Dodgers that he didn't have with the Jays. One is that the Dodgers, because of Shohei Ohtani, have a 6-man rotation. So every time you pitch, you get more rest, which in today's day and age isn't the worst thing for a starting pitcher. A lot of guys are more effective with the extra day. 2-2. Swinging a foul off the plate, still 2-2. Remember that there was a time where Lauer pitched in Korea, where most teams are on a 6-day or once-a-week type pitching format. So it may suit him. Plus, LA scores more runs than anybody but the Rays' next opponent, the Washington Nationals. 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. There's a sharp cutter. And down on strikes goes Mullins for the second out here in the fourth. So still without a hit against L.A.
Duke Energy is proud to donate $1,000 for each Rays win this season to the Share the Light Fund, helping our neighbors in need. Learn more at duke-energy.com/Brighten Lives.
I got to imagine it helps a pitcher confidence-wise when you have the kind of offense and defense that the Dodgers have, as he deals to Nick Fortes. Taken, called strike, 0-1. When you go down 3-0 in the second inning and instantly you're drawn even, the next time you take the mound, you probably go out there with a little more confidence. 0-1. Loops outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Fortes sacrificed when the Rays got their run. Their last run, that is, back in the second. Lauer stands tall in middle of the rubber, kicks and pitches. It's low, and it's 2-1 on Nick Fortes. Just 1 home run this year, 14 batted in. The homer came the first road trip in Milwaukee. Been swinging it better, though. He had a couple of doubles against Boston the last home series in a 4-hit game then. 2-1. Up and away, and it's 3-1. Now, one thing Nick does not do very often is walk. Only 4 times so far this year for one of the Rays, 2 catchers. The other being Hunter Fiducia. 3-1. Taken outside. And how about that? Nick Fortes just drew a 2-out walk, so Lauer's still without a 1-2-3 inning. And that'll bring up Taylor Walls, who squeezed home the Rays' last run. We'll see if Walls can ignite a 2-out rally here in the number 9 spot and give Yandy Diaz a chance in this inning. Walls now with 15 RBIs with the safety squeeze, bringing home 1. And he swings and bounds it foul behind Brady Williams down the coaching lines at third. It's 0-1. Hunter will not start probably until the last game. How about this? You get to face your original team, and you get to face Shohei Ohtani on the mound. Talk about an ask. That's tough. 0-1 with a runner at first, Fortes, and now a call of time, and was a pitch clock violation on Eric Lauer. It's 1-1.
Pitch clock violation on the pitcher.
Boy, I don't remember the last time we saw one of those. 1-1 on the number 9 hitter, Taylor Walls. We'll see if that changes the complexion of this at bat. 2 out, 1 on, 3-3 game, 4th inning. 1-1. Bottom of the zone for a called strike 1 and 2, and the Rays with just 1 challenge remaining, so Walls is not going to attempt it. That did catch the bottom of the zone. These two teams have a lot of faces that have been with the Rays and Dodgers, but most of those that have been with both are right now on the injured list. 1-2 pitch. Taken high 2-2. You got Tyler Glass now and Blake Snell for the Dodgers, and Ryan Pepio and the rehabbing Johnny DeLuca for the Rays, among others. Gavin Lux, too. So there really wasn't much of a reunion today other than front office members. 2-2. Swing and a miss. High hitter got Walls, and that's the score. It wasn't 1-2-3, but he allowed just a 2-out walk. We go bottom 4 in L.A. 3-3 Rays and Dodgers on the Rays Baseball Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
I'd finally have time to reread my favorite fantasy book.
Dig deeper. We're imagining winning the New York lottery here.
Okay, I'd build my own reading nook right where the sun hits.
You're getting warmer.
The French sun. I'll buy a villa in Marseille. Wait, what's the French word for sun?
I don't know, Kathy. You're the reader.
Okay, I'll hire a tutor to learn the French word for sun, then the words to negotiate real estate, then I'll buy my own French library.
And to think you just wanted to reread a book. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Innovation has always kept the world moving forward, but it also comes with risk. In a world that is as complex and unpredictable as it is exciting, AXA XL is facing into risk. As a leading global insurer, we constantly push the boundaries.
Well, you can sharpen up your reading skills through Reading with the Rays, presented by Suncoast Credit Union. Just visit your local library or Suncoast Credit Union branch, or download your game card, raysbaseball.com/reading. I always feel a lot of pressure to get that spot just right, lest someone say, well, you're not reading right. Well, Neil, that time, without false bravado, I think I got that one okay.
You nailed it, Andrew. You nailed it. And we're hoping that Nick Martinez nails this 4th inning against the trio that accounted for the 3 runs for the Dodgers in this 3-3 game. Mookie Betts, who doubled over Junior Camanero's head at third, will lead it off. First one. taken a called strike, 0-1. Betts, Muncy, Tucker. That's the trio to face Nick Martinez. And I remember our chat yesterday as he prepared for this start in L.A. The pitch. Change up low in the dirt. It's 1-1. He said that facing a team like the Dodgers in this stadium just raises your adrenaline and your intensity naturally. And Nick's a pretty intense guy on start day. 1-1. Swinging a foul off of Fortes. It's 1-2. But the one thing that really stuck out in the conversation is he said they demand the highest level of focus. Because I think if you make just one bad pitch in one bad spot, it can be a game changer. And today I think Kyle Tucker was that guy to kind of flip the game a little bit. 1-2. Line drive toward left, but at Valade, who reaches over, makes the catch a step to his left. And while it was well struck by Mookie Betts, the geometry was in the Rays' favor. One gone here in the fourth. We had heard that Mookie's hitting what we call a lot of atom balls. And that was another example of it. Here's Max Muncy, who was given credit for a hit his last time up on a very soft liner, low to Jonathan Aranda's backhand. The pitch, breaking ball strike, and it's 0-1. I still don't know how that was called a hit because Jonathan had to move a step to his backhand. And then had he been able to just knock it in front of him, he's able to make the flip to first. 0-1. Fastball inside corner strike. It's 0-2. Who knows? Maybe it'll get overturned at some point. But either way, the runs still count, whether you make the plays or don't in the field. And the Rays not as clean as the Dodgers so far, and that's the difference right now. 0-2. Swing and a miss. There's a beautiful changeup to get Muncy. He's down on just 3 pitches, and that's the second out here in the fourth. And 3 Ks now for Nick Martinez tonight. Here's the guy who got him, Kyle Tucker, from Plant High School in Tampa. You know, it is such a luxury. Andy talked about all the guys the Dodgers are missing as the pitch to the left-hand hitting right fielder. Swinging a ground ball hard and through in a right field base hit for Tucker. And before I could even get it out, he rifles a hit in the right. How many teams can have a $60 million guy in terms of how much he's paid per year, hitting in the number 6 spot in their lineup? And that's with Will Smith out of the lineup and Teoscar Hernandez out of the lineup. He might be hitting 7th or 8th. It's as relaxed as a $60 million guy can be because you got 3 Hall of Famers in front of you in the lineup, probably, and Betts and Freeman and Ohtani. Pitch. Swung on, lined in right field. That's going to be a base hit for Ryan Ward. Going toward the corner. Played out of there by Slater. Hitting third and held up now is going to be Tucker. Into second with a double is Ward. And all of a sudden, just like that, back-to-back pitches, back-to-back hits. Second and third, 2 out for the Dodgers in a 3-3 game, 4th inning. And that was a ball out of the strike zone that Ward managed to almost golf into right. Here comes Kyle Snyder, the Rays pitching coach.
I think more than any team we see, and again, it's without Will Smith, it's without Teoscar Hernandez, etc., they really make you earn the 27 outs. And, you know, the extra one that the Aranda, I don't want to harp on the Aranda play too much, but, you know, you make an error against them, they almost always seem to make you pay for it. And you got to earn just every single out you get against them. And when I talked to Kevin about the Dodgers in the pregame show today, he said they're never out. I mean, they're never really done from a game. You may think you have a large enough lead, and then they can erase it so quickly. And, of course, we have already seen that tonight.
They are, in a word, relentless. I think that's probably the best way to describe their lineup. And now you got Dalton Rushing, who's the guy filling in for the injured Will Smith. Now, he's not the defensive player, or let's say the captain behind the plate that Will Smith is, but he is some kind of young hitter. Left-hand batter lined to center hard his first time. First pitch coming. taken up and away for a ball high. And he's a guy with almost a 900 on-base plus slugging. That's an elite middle-of-the-order guy, and he's hitting 8th. And he's a backup catcher. 1-0, righty to lefty. Soft swing and a miss on a change-up down. It's 1-1. 8 home runs, 21 batted in backup duty. Infield very much to pull, outfield straight away. 1-1 to the lefty catcher. Fastball high and tight, it's 2-1. Tucker at third, he rifled a single and a right. At second, Warren, he's filling in for Teoscar Hernandez. He doubled to right. And now rushing in a 3-3 game with 2 out and 2 on. 2-1. Chop foul behind first, it's 2-2. Another tilting point in this ball game. Nick Martinez has been so good for the Rays at making the big pitch when he needs to. This is a unique lineup he's facing tonight. And they've been through the wars, winning 2 straight world championships, so no deficit really phases them. 2-2. Fastball hit foul straight back off the hands by Rushing, still 2-2. Dalton started to get a little bit of a reputation this year by some of the things he'll say on the field. A little bit of an A.J. Pierzynski irritant if you're on the other side. And Martinez get the youngster. The veteran ready, the 2-2 again. Called strike 3. And down goes Rushing, and down go the Dodgers here in the 4th inning. That's a beautiful pitch by Nick Martinez. He just locked him up with off speed, and that'll do it for the Dodgers. 3-3 after 4, Rays in L.A. on the Rays Baseball Network.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, street
If Rays pitchers strike out 10 opposing batters during a home game, visit CaneStrikeout.com to redeem a voucher for a free Busch Gardens ticket at any Cane's Furniture store within 5 days of the game. Restrictions apply. For more information, visit CaneStrikeout.com. 3-3 tie, Rays and Dodgers. Top of the 5th inning. L.A. in the top of the Rays order coming up.
Third time through on both sides on this latest Late Night with the Rays, where I'd like to get some feedback from the audience since many of you are up late on some unique topics, and I actually brought this one up to our players in the clubhouse today as Eric Lauer deals to Yandy Diaz, who takes bottom of the zone strike, 0-1 on Yandy. 0 for 2 with a ground out and fly out. I think for many of us, If I were to ask this question, I think I know what the answer would likely be. As an 0-1 is fouled off to the right and it's 0-2. I asked the players, if money were not an option and you were to attend a sporting event as a fan, what is the sporting event that you would most likely want to attend? And they were certainly, they said, wait, I'm not playing in Game 7 of the World Series? I said no, as an 0-2 is fouled straight back. And it's still 2 strikes, and there were plenty of Rays fans who gave me, hey, I want to go to a Rays Game 7 of a World Series as a fan, and there's no doubt we all would love that. And they also said, some of you said, I want to make sure it's against another small market club, and that would be perfect. 0-2. Pitch high for a ball, 1-2. It was interesting to hear the unique, different answers I got when I went around the clubhouse. For instance, Ryan Vilade, who has a home run tonight in this 3-3 game, he said, if I'm going as a fan, he said, I want to go to the Kentucky Derby. That'd be on my bucket list. 1-2, catches the outside corner, called strike 3. Yandy thought about appealing. But the Rays have one ABS challenge left, and that was in the zone. So Lauer picks up another looking strikeout and 1 gone in the 5th.
Rays Baseball brought to you by Visit Tampa Bay. Find your perfect baseball getaway at visitampabay.com. Go and you'll know.
Chandler Simpson said, I want to go to a Super Bowl. He said, especially if Atlanta's in it, because he's from the area. Here's Jonathan Aranda. Swung on, fouled straight back. Lefty on lefty, it's 0-1. Brian Baker out of the Rays bullpen. You think that he's so intense, he said, I want to go to the Masters. And Drew Rasmussen, tomorrow's starter, said, yeah, me too. 1 strike pitch. Slapped on the ground, fair, a base hit down the left field side. Past the lunging Muncy. And Jonathan Aranda, an opposite field single, now on base twice tonight, is the go-ahead run in this 3-3 game, 1-on, 1-out, 5th inning. Ben Williams had said, and he played soccer as a kid, he said, I'd like to go to a World Cup final.
Wow. He's going to be near some World Cup action at the final.
Every TV I think I saw in the restaurants nearby are all on some sort of World Cup match as Junior Caminero takes a breaking ball that plops low for a ball. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Oh, they're going to have an ABS challenge by the Dodgers.
The previous pitch was called a ball. The catcher has challenged.
And the verdict is not good for Junior.
The pitch was a strike. The count is 0-1.
So the Dodgers perfect on challenges. The Rays have 1 left. Junior again, the top vote getter early on for third base in the AL side for the All-Star game, weighs in. Homered yesterday, his 15th. And he swings and lines one into left. That's going to drop for a base hit. On 1 hop, it goes right to the glove of Ryan Ward, and Jonathan Aranda can only advance as far as second. In fact, that was hit so hard, I thought Ward was going to consider throwing to second base. So 2 bullets by the Rays, 2 on and 1 out, and here's Ryan Vilade. Well, no derby here, but maybe he can run into another one. See if he's got the luck be a lady tonight for Ryan Vilade. Well, that was a laser off the bat of Junior again.
Dodgers scrambling now in their bullpen. They're going to get somebody up.
Well, Vilade has homered twice in 4 at-bats against Lauer lifetime. He'll get another chance. The pitch. Taken low, and it's 1-0. Popped up to right his last time up. 4 homers, 2 against Lauer. 1 here, 1 in Tampa Bay. Right-hand batter, left fielder. The lefty Lauer checks second and comes plateward. Swinging a ball, hit in the air and deep to center, but playable. Pages back, he's under it and makes the catch. Aranda tags and does not advance. In fact, the throw came into second base, so Jonathan could have moved up to third. Now a 2-out hit is going to have to be in the right spot to score him. And remember, last time Jonathan was at second, Ben Williamson singled to right, and Kyle Tucker threw him out by about 25 feet. Good pitch to hit for Vilade. He just missed that one. Now you need a 2-out hit and a 2-out hit in the right spot on this very fast Bermuda grass. We're at Dodger Stadium. Here's the pitch. Taken for a called strike, 0-1. Rays with 6 hits to 5 for the Dodgers, but they're going to need one here to take the lead in the 5th inning. Down a fly out in addition to a hard hit single to right. He likes to use the right side of the field. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball back to the mound and snared by Lauer on a hop. Flips to first, gets Williamson, and that'll do it for the Rays. They get 2 hits and leave 2, and they still have not scored since the 2nd inning when they played for 1. 3-3 Rays Dodgers. We're midway through this game. Let's check in with Chris Adams-Wall.
All right, we got ourselves a good one tonight out there in Hollywood. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves. Let's see how you do with this trivia question, though. So former Dodgers southpaw Sandy Koufax, who was the youngest player to ever be inducted into Cooperstown, is one of 6 Hall of Fame pitchers with more career strikeouts than innings pitched. Who are the other 5, though? Who are the 5 Hall of Fame pitchers, in addition to Sandy Koufax, with more career strikeouts than innings pitched? And as always, best of luck to both of you.
Boy, that's a really good one. I didn't know that until he just said it, that there's only that many in the Hall of Fame. Very small amount. If you want to help us out, we'll tell you right after this. Oil lights never come on at a good time. You've got enough to juggle, so let Take 5 Oil Change handle it. Drive in, stay in your car, and roll out in 10 minutes. Take 5 is a special offer for our Tampa Bay area fans. Wear your Rays gear on Tuesdays to get 25% off your oil change. So, once again, the trivia question from Chris Adams-Wall today. Sandy Koufax, the youngest pitcher ever to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Did he say one of 5 or one of 6?
I think I'm not quite sure I understood whether it was 5 others or he's one of 5.
All right, so we'll try to name however many we can in terms of strikeouts more than innings pitched. In fact, Koufax is one of 6 Hall of Famers to do it. So if you want to help us out, at Rays Radio, at Neil Solondz, or at Andy B. Freed. At Rays Radio, at Neil Solondz, at Andy B. Freed.
I was going to say Clayton Kershaw, but he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. He would have qualified had he been in the Hall of Fame. That was the first name that came to my head.
I mean, Randy Johnson comes to mind. I mean, you think of Nolan, they think of the top strikeout guys. Nolan Ryan, 5,000 plus strikeouts. Did he throw 5,000 innings? I don't know. Ryan would be on that list. Johnson will be on that list.
I guess I forget they pitch. Now I'm very confused. He's one of 6 Hall of Famers or 6 Dodgers?
Hall of Famers.
Okay. As a pitch is high for a ball to Alex Freeland, leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Dodgers in a 3-3 game as the lineup's about to turn over a 3rd time. 1-0. Chop foul behind first into the Rays dugout. First base side, 1-1. All right, so I mean, you're right. You can basically go through the top strikeout guys, and many of them are going to be right, especially the more recent ones, because the more recent you see more swing and miss in the game. It's the pitch is swung on and missed, good changeup, and it's 1-2.
So I'm thinking Nolan Ryan, Steve Carlton, maybe. Of course, Randy Johnson.
Well, there are a lot of guys who are going to get there, like Verlander and Scherzer have more strikeouts than innings pitched, but they're not in the Hall yet.
No, they're not.
Nor is Kershaw. 1-2 on its way. Up and in for a ball, and it's 2-2.
So to give us some help, at Rays Radio, at Neil Solondz, or at Andy B. Freed. Help us out.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Martinez. Swung on, pop foul, straight back. Still 2-2 in the leadoff man in his 3-3 game in the 5th. Full house on a Monday night in mid-June in L.A. And what a raucous atmosphere it is here. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Beautiful changeup. 5 Ks now for Martinez. He gets the first out here in the 5th inning.
What about Walter Johnson? I think he had 35.08 in terms of strikeouts.
I wonder whether I think he pitched so many innings that I think he's under. I think in that era.
Yeah. So a lot of complete games.
Here's Ohtani. Bounced in, and it's 1-0. You know, Shohei and Nick Martinez were like two ships that passed in the night. They played for the same team in Japan. Nick Martinez went to Japan right after Shohei came to the States. So 9 years between them for the Nippon Ham Fighters. 1-0. Fastball inside corner, strike 1-1. And then finally they faced each other when Nick came back to the United States. And he's gotten him twice tonight on a ground out and a fly out, but this is that dreaded third time through the order. 3-3 game, fifth inning. 1-1. Down and in, it's 2-1. And you're talking about a four-time MVP who is leading baseball in terms of getting on base. Two-1 with one out. Swing at a foul straight back, a vicious cut by the DH on a fastball high and tight. It's 2-2. Dodgers get so much benefit out of Ohtani in so many ways, but I think more so is how they can manipulate the roster. He's a 14th pitcher when you can only carry 13 unless you have a two-way player. That allows him to run a six-man rotation and an eight-man bullpen. And they've got the best hitter and maybe best pitcher in the league. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. Nick Martinez has gotten Shohei Ohtani all 12 times he's faced him as a big leaguer. And there's two gone in this 3-3 game of the fifth for Andy Pages.
From one former Nippon Ham fighter to the other.
Well, he said it's the most focus you need when you're facing this group. He's been really focused against Ohtani and up to the challenges. A pitch low and away to Pages, 1-0. Can you say konnichiwa after you get a strikeout? 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the wind up the pitch. Slap foul toward first. And it's 1-1. Chris Woodward, first base coach, ducking out of the way there. All right, let's see what kind of guesses we have on the X-Verse in terms of our trivia contest. 1-1 coming with two down. Driving a line towards center. Cedric Mullins reaches up, makes the grab, and that's a 1-2-3 by Nick Martinez. He's gotten Pages and Ohtani all three times, and we're still even at 3 after 5 in L.A. on the Rays Baseball Network.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street
Step up to the plate and celebrate backyard baseball at Tropicana Field. Coming up Sunday, June 21st, the Rays host the Washington Nationals. With a Backyard Baseball ticket package, you'll score a ticket to the game, plus an exclusive Pablo Sanchez bobblehead. Visit RaysBaseball.com/backyard. We're trying to get an answer to our trivia question tonight. Neil and I have decided we're not going to let him linger as long as we have. We talked about it at the top of the inning, or the bottom of the inning. We're going to make a guess. And if you want to help us one more time, we got some very good guesses, by the way, about the 6 Hall of Famers that have more pitchers that have more strikeouts than innings pitched. Koufax was one. There's a handful of others.
Yeah, we got Ryan and Randy Johnson. Those are 2 more as a pitch in there to Austin Slater for a strike. Eric Lauer's still in there as he begins the 6th inning. He gave up 3 runs the first 2 and nothing since. So those are 3, and then Claire and Bolts fan Benny both say Pedro Martinez. I think that's good. 0-1. Low for a ball, 1-1. But then it got me thinking, why are we on starting pitchers? What about relievers? Billy Wagner has been voted into the Hall. He's got way more strikeouts than innings pitched. One of the best ratios of all time, 1-1. Low for a ball, 2-1. So I think Wagner's got to be in there. And then I thought, all right, then one of the other relievers has to be in this group, whether it's Mariano or Trevor Hoffman. I would think Mariano. Well, that's where I'm leaning. 2-1. Up and away, and it's 3-1.
I think Mariano just leads in most broken bats ever. I'm going to throw in Steve Carlton because he was...
Okay.
I mean, now he did. I mean, to your point, he did pitch a lot of innings, so maybe not, but he was way up there on the strikeout list for a long time. Still is.
RJ says Trevor Hoffman as a pitch low for a ball, and Austin Slater a leadoff walk. He's the go-ahead run in a 3-3 game of the 6th, and this is almost a run you feel the Rays need to get.
Oh, yeah. All right, so how about we settle in on our guesses, Neil, and we'll see if Chris can let us know right here.
So we got 3 of them because he said Johnson and Ryan were right.
Oh, we did? I missed that. Okay. Johnson, Ryan. You got Wagner. You've sold me on Wagner.
Wagner's got to be. And I think Pedro's there. I think Pedro's number 5. And then we got to decide, do we go Hoffman? Do we go Rivera? As a broken back ground ball towards second. Handled by Betts. He steps on the bag, throws to first in time. Double play. Soft contact. Mullins has still got a hit all time against the Dodgers. And that's 2 for the price of 1, and now 2 gone in the 6th in a 3-3 game.
All right, I'll go Carlton, you go Hoffman.
All right. Well, Pedro and Wagner are right, so we got 5 out of the 6.
So we're missing somebody. Who are we missing?
And I guess he's saying it's not Hoffman, it's not Rivera. I'm guessing. I mean, we used him. Those 2 and Carlton. It's got to be one of them, right? Pitch outside a ball, 1-0. It is Hoffman.
Trevor Hoffman.
So thank you, RJ.
And thank you, Chris Adams-Wall.
So the relievers were the ones that were kind of the tricky part of the question. Nick Fortes now will try and start a 2-out rally from the number 8 spot, and he chops one toward third, charging, fielding in between Hop is Muncy, but the ball was fouled off Fortes' leg. So while the play was made, it was a foul ball, and Fortes back to home plate.
You can make your favorite players all-stars. Cast your 2026 Konami Baseball MLB All-Star Ballot daily. Visit MLB.com/vote.
Rays have had what I would consider constant pressure on the Dodgers tonight. They've had runners on base every inning against Lauer, but since the 2nd have not scored. And getting around to throwing out at the plate has kind of taken a little bit of the starch out of the group, I think, as a pitch loops outside, a ball, and it's 2-1 on Fortes.
That double play, as you said, that was really big. It just happened.
Now with 2-1 to Nick Fortes out of the full wind. Swinging a foul straight back, it's 2-2. And you kind of thought after the first couple innings, Lauer was on the ropes. I wouldn't say you let him off the hook. I mean, he'll look at his line and go, okay, 3 runs, 6 innings. He was okay if he gets through this frame. But I kind of felt the Rays left a bit on the table today, so to speak. 2-2 with 2 out, and the Rays catcher with a shin guard on the front leg waiting. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul, slap to the right. Second deck of the 5-level ballpark. It's still 2-2. I didn't get to talk to Nick about our question for our fans about what event he would want to attend if he could choose. The bullpen guys were pretty good about chiming in on this. Rays have not yet gone to the pen tonight. Here's a 2-2 again. golfed in the air towards shallow center field. Out goes Freeland in the center fielder Pages, who has the easy play, and he's under it to make the grab, and the Rays get a leadoff walk, but do not score here in the sixth. Eric Lauer through the frame. We're 3-3 Rays and Dodgers in L.A. after 5.5 on the Rays Baseball Network.
Progressive.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York Lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats.
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally, take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Washington, D.C.'s One Big Bill made huge cuts to health care in New York that put health care for millions of New Yorkers in danger and threatened to close some of our hospitals. But our state leaders fought back. Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins and Assembly Speaker Carl Hastie worked with their colleagues.
Well, Rays fans, you are invited to Longo's Legacy Weekend, July 11th and 12th. Evan Longoria's Best Plays bracket game. You can play it, relive the biggest moments from Evan Longoria's legendary Rays career, from his clutch home runs to unforgettable game-saving plays at Tropicana Field. Watch the highlights and vote by visiting RaysBaseball.com/Best Plays. Nick Martinez still out there as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning, still tied up 3-3.
And it's Freeman, Betts, and Muncy, the 3-4-5 hitters coming up for the Dodgers against Martinez, who will try and at least match the 6 by the opposing starter, Eric Lauer. Here's the pitch. Inside a ball, and it's 1-0 on Freddie Freeman. A ground out and a line out tonight, 0 for 2. Infield to pull on Freeman. 2,503 hits in his major league career. Waiting 1-0 from Nick Martinez. Fouled straight back, 1-1. I've been chatting a little bit with you and also with some of our players today about the Rays will get some bullpen activity going, about if they could attend a sporting event as a fan, what would they want to attend? Kind of our late night fun question. 1-1. Swing and a miss, a cutter on the hands, it's 1-2. But the bullpen gave some really good offbeat answers. Not shocking. 1-2 on its way. Change up low and away. It's 2-2. Again, 3-3 game, bottom 6 here in L.A. Garrett Clevenger said he would love to see a Stanley Cup Final Game 7 in person. 2-2 from the windup. Fouled straight back as Martinez rocking back and forth. Tried to climb the ladder on Freeman. It's still 2-2. Casey Legumina said, I'd go to an F1 race in Monaco. Brian Baker, the Masters. Hello, friends. 2-2 from the windup. Loop to the left foul, and Freeman continues to battle Martinez at 3-3, bottom 6. Ian Seymour said, I want to go to an Olympics. That's what I would want to watch as a fan. And Cam Boozer, fully off the grid, started showing me some YouTube clips and TikTok videos of basketball in Serbia in their league. 2-2. Popped up foul, left field side out of play. It's still 2-2. And after seeing some of those clips and the wacky crowds there, I might want to join them. I'll tell you what I would want to do as a fan. having been in Major League Baseball and minor league for so many years. 2-2 again. Bounced in, it's full. 3-2 on Freeman in this 3-3 game, bottom 6, as the Rays have a left-hander warmer. I would kind of like to go to a College World Series and see what that's like, as it's going on right now in Omaha once again. Payoff to the dangerous first baseman. Swung on, lifted, foul, third base side. This will fade into the seats. Quite the battle between Freeman and Martinez here. This will be the 10th pitch of the turn. With an experienced hitter like Freeman, that would tend to swing in his advantage. Payoff again. Swing at a foul. They got a piece of Nick Fortes, and will do it at least once more.
Well, that didn't at second low. That didn't just get a piece. That got him at the bottom of the face mask and seemed to push the face mask up and back in, and he started to fall backwards.
I don't know how catchers do it every day. Yet another 3-2. Up and in, ball 4, and on an 11-pitch at bat, Freddie Freeman doesn't have a hit, but he draws a walk, and the lead run aboard in a tie game in the 6th inning. Well, in the last half inning, it was a leadoff walk that was followed by a double play ball. The Dodgers have all that seasoning, and they got a former MVP at the plate at Mookie Betts in this 3-3 game in the bottom half. First pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, says the umpire at first. That's Dan Bellino, the crew chief, and it's 1-0 on Betts, who's had good at-bats after a solid weekend in Chicago, a double and a line out today. Freeman not a big threat to run. Leads away, and the pitch popped up. Shallow right center field. Who's got it? Slater or Mullins? Mullins the call, and the ball in shallow right center. One gone in the 6th, and Freeman back to first. So it's not a double play, but it is an out. And here comes Max Muncy, and out comes Kevin Cash. He's going to make a Weevil call to the bullpen. So a lefty's on his way in when we return. Martinez's day is done. Can the Rays keep it tied in the 6th? We'll find out after this on the Rays Baseball Network.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how,
A Weevil call to the bullpen. It's 34-year-old Cam Boozer, who has been lights out for the Rays. He comes on in a tough situation. Not a whole lot of wiggle room in a tie game. It's a 3-3 tie. 1 out, 6th inning. Freeman is the runner at first, and he'll be facing Muncy and Tucker. So it's probably the toughest situation that Boozer has faced to this point in a tie game. He's been moving higher and higher in the pecking order because he's been so very good since the Rays brought him up from Durham.
And with two lefties coming up here, and Muncy and Tucker, I think it's the right move. They went as far as they could with Nick Martinez with 96 pitches. Right, throwing lefty Boozer at the ready. The pitch. Slider low for a ball to Muncy, 1-0.
You're right, Neil. And just by one pitch, that is the high pitch mark this year for Nick Martinez in a game.
Now the question is, can Boozer get the big outs? The Rays used Garrett Clevenger the last 2 days, so Garrett would be down today. 1-0. Low, and it's 2-0. And the big question for Boozer is he going to throw enough strikes? His first few outings he has, but this is a different environment. Now, he has pitched at Dodger Stadium before. I think there's 8 Rays who had not even played here before this series. 2-0. That sinks low, and it's 3-0 on Muncy with Tucker already a 3-run homer tonight on deck. You have put yourself in a big hole against a dangerous power hitter. Muncy with 16 homers to lead the Dodgers. Check it. Freeman at first, the pitch. And it's called low on a check swing. No swing, says the umpire at third. That's Shane Livensparger. And that's the second walk of the inning. And for this Dodger team, that's almost like giving them extra outs. And there's 2 on and 1 out, 3-3 in the 6th. Kyle Snyder in the infield will gather round with Kyle Tucker coming up.
One of the great things about Kyle Tucker, we first noticed when he was with the Astros, is as a left-hand batter how good he was against left-handed pitching. That's what makes him unique in many ways. There was a time, too, that I can remember the Rays facing Tucker and Yordan Alvarez. They'd hit back-to-back in the order, or right next to each other, near each other on the order. And it didn't matter if you brought in a lefty reliever as a specialist to face them, because they were both at the top of the league in terms of production left on left. So that's the spot here for Boozer, and he just made it a little tougher with a 4-pitch walk. Good, got to think good time for a visit there from Snyder.
I think so, too. And you're talking about a guy in Tucker. Not only has he been good career against lefties, but he's been the star tonight. The Plant High School native with a 3-run homer that tied this game in the 2nd and an outfield assist that kept it tied in the 3rd. Now he can untie it in the 6th. Infield very much to pull. A check at 2nd. Boozer pitches. And a swing and a foul back. Ooh, that was a slider. They got a lot of the plate. It's 0-1. Got another lefty due up next in Ryan Ward, but Alex Call is in the on-deck circle. He would be the right-handed pinch-hitting option. The Rays have a righty getting loose, too. 0-1 coming. Check swing foul off the plate area toward the screen. It's 0-2. A couple of sliders, one better than the next. Now, if Call pinch hits, Boozer has to face him. So unless you get a double play here, Boozer's going to have to face at least one righty in this inning. 0-2 with 2 aboard and 1 out. Tie game. The pitch. Slider just outside. It's 1-2. Nice job by Tucker not to chase. Tried to see if he would follow him out there. Boozer can get it to 97-98. We saw that the last series against his former team, Boston. Deep breath. 1-2. Chopped off the plate, foul toward first. Rolling toward the Rays dugout. It's still 1-2. Dan Camwood's like a left-hander, the most unique answer I think I got about what sporting event would you want to see. And he started showing me videos of the Serbian Basketball League and how crazy the fans are out there. I said, that I got to see in person. 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the umpire at third, Shane Livensparger. Tucker down against the lefty this time, and there's 2 gone in the 6th. That was a sharp slider by Boozer, but now Alex Call, the pinch hitter, comes up.
Pitching for the Dodgers, number 12.
And out to the mound goes Nick Fortes to have a word and discuss how they want to attack here. Call was with the Nationals until he came over to the Dodgers at the deadline last year, and he's been a situational platoon advantage hitter. He'll face lefties and he'll come in defensively. Probably gives the Dodgers stronger defense regardless of how this turns out. L.A. about to go to its bullpen for the late frames. And the Rays keep this even. Call 13 RBIs this year, hitting .259. Sits deep in the box, open stance. Boozer ready. And his first offering. Breaking ball, called strike, 0-1. Sharp slider in on the fists. Right at the bottom inside corner against Call. Freeman at second. Muncy at first, both on walks here in the 6th inning. With 2 out and 0-1. Swing and a miss, a good fastball away, 0-2. 95 from Boozer. All right, he walked his first batter. He struck out his second. He's 0-2 on his third. Can he finish off Call, who just used his timeout? It's been 3-3 since the second. We're in the 6th inning. Boozer at the ready. And 0-2. Swinging a foul, rolling toward the screen, right to the top of it. It's still 0-2.
And that one took another bite out of Nick Fortes.
He's getting crushed back there. There was an article done by Sports Info Solutions about how he gets hit in the pelvic area more than any catcher in the game. And he's getting hit every which way tonight, as the home plate umpire, Dan Merzel, will buy some time here. In fact, Dan says, let me have a few new baseballs. And I'm sure he might dust off the home plate area after that, too. I do appreciate how courteous the umpires are by basically saying, you need a minute more? You good? It's where the pace of play needs to slow down. And the umpires have the jurisdiction and the discretion to make that choice. Now we're ready with 2 on and 2 out. 0-2 again to Call. Swing and a miss. He got him. Cam Boozer shouts as he fans 2 with 2 on to end the 6th. We remain tied. Rays Dodgers as we go to the late frames in L.A. on the Rays Baseball Network.
When I damaged my car, I was worried it could be a long process to take care of it, like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I've definitely already been here.
But the Geico app let me file a claim in under 2 minutes.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer.
Personal.
We move to the 7th inning, and we've got a Weeble call to the bullpen. It's Kyle Hart on for Eric Lauer, a righty for a lefty. Weeble's the official online brokerage of the Rays. Get started in your investment journey. Download the Weeble app or visit Weeble.com today. Also wanted to let you know to step up to the plate with the official debit card of the Rays, only in Amerant Bank. Sign up for yours today, amerantbank.com/Rays card. So Hart on the mound, or Hurt on the mound. Alex Call is now the left fielder after pinch hitting to end the 6th. We start the 7th, 3-3 Rays and Dodgers, and in with the play-by-play for us is Andy Freed.
All right, Neil. Hey, I'm going to chime in here while we have a quick second. College World Series I've always wanted to go to, but of course it's during our season. And the other event I'd love to attend will be Wimbledon. Always been kind of fascinated by that.
We had a couple of fan votes for that.
We did have fan votes for that? That's good. Taylor Walls fouls the first pitch from right-hander Kyle Hurd straight back onto the screen, and it's 0-1. What was your answer?
Mine was the College World Series.
Oh, okay.
It's because if I could attend any and there was not a scheduled conflict, I'd want to go to that. I thought about the Little League World Series, too.
Yeah, there you
Williamsport. That would have been fun.
Here's Hurt pitching to Walls, taken high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wimbledon, you know, always picture, I've always wanted to go over there, never been to Europe. Get up, get some strawberries and cream, enjoy tennis on the grass. Here it comes to Walls, swing and foul straight back. 1-2. The courts that look similar to this field at Dodger Stadium. So close cut to the ground and just immaculate chip. But I always used to enjoy when they would show the Wimbledon courts at the beginning of the tournament and at the end of the tournament. A little beat up. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Walls, then the top of the order. Taken. Strike 3, 1 out.
Talk, and they will hear you. Too many preteens already are drinking alcohol. For tips on how to talk to your kids, cfbhn.org.
All right, well, Yandy Diaz is in a little bit of an offer, at least by his standards. He's in an 0 for 14. And he swings and misses here. It's 0-1. He also has yet to reach base, riding the 27-game on-base streak. 2 shy of his own record, personal record of 29, did 2 years ago. No balls, 1 strike. He swings and grounds it along third. Backhanded nicely by Max Muncy, and a long wind-up and throw for 2 down. 2 out, nobody on. 3-3 tied, leaves it for Jonathan Aranda.
They just do not make mistakes defensively.
No, they're great. They're very, very good, as you pointed out. They've made only 24 errors for the year. Pretty impressive. And it's not just the errors. I mean, they make all the plays. Here's Jonathan Aranda. Struck out, hit by a pitch, and single to left. Kyle Hurt's first one. Swing, line drive left field, base hit. Opposite way, second straight time for Jonathan Aranda. Wasting no time. First pitch single, the go-ahead run is aboard for the Rays.
Feels like he's starting to come out of it.
Just as Yandy's going into it. I mean, isn't that just the way baseball tends to go? Junior Caminero has 2 hits today, and both, I mean, just cannons of hits. Double and a run scored, ground to third, and a single to left. Aranda leads. First pitch taken, breaking ball strike. And it's 0-1. That's a changeup, really, by Kyle Hurd, who was a 5th-round pick of the Marlins from Southern Cal back in 2020. His granddad played at the University of Tampa, played football at the University of Tampa. And this one drops low. 1 ball, 1 strike. He was traded in February of 2021 when the Marlins got Dylan Floro. Turned out to be a good trade for the Dodgers. Not only did they get hurt, but they got Alex Vesia, who's still in their bullpen. And a breaking ball to Caminero was low and outside, and Junior jumps ahead 2-1.
Everyone complains about, don't trade with the Rays. The Dodgers have made probably just as many smart moves over the years.
Sure. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dodger front office has so many roots in Rays baseball. Now on 2-1. Junior takes into dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike. All right, well, Junior might get a pitch to hit, or maybe just has to accept the walk, whatever it is. A lot of times lately, teams challenge him off the plate in, and he'll go after. Now, he hit one for a home run that won the game yesterday that was off the plate in. See what happens here with Hurd. On 3 balls, 1 strike. Swings and grounds it foul, and there it was. It was off the plate and in a little bit. And all he could do was pull it foul. Full count 3-2. All right, Aranda will be running here. Well, a full count pitch with 2 out and a tie game. They play to pull on the infield, straight away and deep in the outfield. The stretch by Hurt, first base side of the rubber, setting at the letters. Now coming to the plate. Swing foul away, headed for the upper deck all first. Into the sold-out crowd of 53,000 plus. And 3-2 it remains to Caminero. Kyle Hurt, 3 pitches. He has shown them all to Caminero this sequence. Fastball, sliders, and changes. 3-2. We'll watch a run to run again. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And he went with a heat at 98. Kyle Hurt turns and shouts into the air. He just got the Rays' best home run hitter. And keeps this game tied as we reach the 7th inning stretch in Los Angeles. Rays 3, Dodgers 3 on the Rays radio.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy
experience.
The 7th inning stretch is presented by Union Home Mortgage, the official mortgage partner of the Rays. 3-3 game bottom 7th. We've got another Weeble call to the bullpen. Presented by Weeble, the official online brokerage of the Rays. Get started in your investment journey. Download the Weeble app or visit Weeble.com today. Cam Boozer walks 1, fans 2 in 2/3 of an inning. Third pitcher of the night is Steven Matz, who's had a bit of a tough time lately for the Rays in the rotation and now in 2 outings out of the pen.
Yeah, he is really having a hard time since the elbow inflammation and then moved into the bullpen. There's no nice way of putting it. He has struggled. All right, and he'll go to work. First against Dalton Rushing, who launches the first pitch down the right field line, hooking towards the corner, and it's foul. Foul ball by just a touch. Dalton Rushing sitting on the first pitch, and I mean it got small up against the black sky and just hooked a little bit at the end for strike 1. They're showing it to us once again how close it was, and it was maybe 3 or 4 seats to the right. Foul. No balls, 1 strike to Rushing, who does have 8 home runs. Matt's pitches, line towards right field, charging hard, now waiting for it is Slater to make the catch. The ball was hit pretty well. In fact, Rushing might have hit it too hard. There's 1 out here in the 7th inning, and now Miguel Rojas.
Number 72, Miguel Rojas.
Rojas pinch hitting for Alex Freeland. And likely will stay in and play second base. Rays have a visit to the mound here from Nick Fortes, which, if I'm not mistaken, leaves the Rays with just 1. You know, Steven Matz, he has been in this league for a long time, and he's had a lot of success throughout his career, first coming up with the Mets. But for a guy that's been in this league this long, he's also a human. And as things are going lately, you would hope that he's able to come through this stretch, but you'd have to wonder if the confidence is waning a little bit. And Rojas launches one to deep left field. The leg to the track at the wall, and it's gone. A pinch hit homer for Miguel Rojas, giving the Dodgers a 4-3 lead. So Rojas gives the Dodgers their first lead of the game at 4-3. Fastball that seemed to go in the inner half of the plate and just got over the left field wall. And now up comes Shohei Ohtani, who takes strike over the inside corner, 0-1. Look, I don't pretend to know any of the answers, but the command of Steven Matz, which was pinpoint in the first couple of months of the season, has gone away. There's a swing and a pop-up out of play down the left field line, and it is 0-2. Again, why that is happening, don't know. But, you know, no one wants it more to come back than Steven Matz himself. The Rays are trying to get him right. It's part of the reason of putting him in the bullpen. And now the 0-2 pitch. Ohtani grounds it foul past first. And it stays 0-2. So the Dodgers lead for the first time tonight. Erasing the 3-0 deficit on 2 home runs. A 3-run shot by Tucker and a solo pinch hit shot here by Rojas. No balls, 2 strikes to Ohtani, and Matz from the windup and pitches. Strike 3 called. And there's 2 men out. All right, so 2 out, no one on, and leaves it for Andy Pages. Dodgers do have a right-hander warming in their bullpen. Will Klein is the righty warming for the Dodger pen. Here's Andy Pages, and the windup. Matz pitches. A little bit low, 1 ball, no strikes. It's very easy to forget during these struggles that Matz is going through just how not only good he was, but how valuable he was to this Rays staff in the first 2 months. Swinging a pop fly right center field. Mullins shading over to his left anyway. Calls off Slater and makes the catch to retire the side. Rays trail for the first time on the pinch hit homer by Miguel Rojas. At the end of 7, Dodgers 4, Rays 3 on the Rays radio.
When I got a new car, I thought my insurance premium would increase and empty my bank account. Like if a tween won the lottery.
I've invested most of my winnings in chicken tenders because they're bomb. But bro, I bought a house and it's sick, bro. I'm thinking the floor is gonna be all trampoline, bro, with the helipad on the roof. The contractor said it's structurally unsound, but they're just being babies.
But switching to Geico saved me hundreds, so my bank account is safe.
It feels good to save some hard-earned cash. It feels good to Geico.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Grad school is a big move. Your student loans should keep up. With College Ave student loans, graduate students get flexible repayment options, competitive rates, and a quick, easy online application. You stay in control from application to payoff.
We've got another Weevil call to the bullpen. It is Will Klein, who was the hero of last year's marathon game in the World Series. Gave Freddie Freeman a chance to play hero and hit that game-winning walk-off home run. When the Rays are on the road, the party's still on. Head to Ferg Sports Bar and Grill Wednesday, June 17th. That's this Wednesday for an official Rays watch party as the Rays meet the Dodgers. Grab a drink, win tickets, or score autographed merch. RaysBaseball.com/watch party. For more. So third pitcher of the night for the Dodgers is Klein, and he's kind of picked up where he left off the end of last year with a really good performance in relief to this point. And it will start with Ryan Vilade, 4-3 Dodgers, 8th inning.
Yep, Vilade, then Williamson and Slater due up against the bearded right-hander Will Klein from Bloomington North High School in Indiana and then Eastern Illinois University. He works to Vilade and throws fastball outside for ball 1. Vilade with a tape measure homer in the first. His 4th of the year. 1 ball and no strikes. He takes down the middle. And it's a strike 1 called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Klein with a 2.25 ERA. He's only given up 1 home run this year in 28 innings. Swinging a line drive, base hit into right field by Valade. Really like a 3/4 swing. And Valade drops it into right, his second hit of the game, and the Rays get the tying run aboard to start the 8th.
I was wondering if the Rays might even consider pinch running here and using Chandler Simpson, but it looks like Valade will run for himself here. Well, really.
I'm looking at Chandler, and he has his helmet on. He's moving up and moving through the Rays dugout with a helmet on, but I think he is going to come in.
All right.
Here it is. Chandler Simpson on to pinch run.
It was a little delayed, but eventually. I think he might have hit at some point in this inning, depending on the situation, too.
You know, Neil, I think you're right. In fact, he was over near the bat rack when he must have been told, you're going to pinch run. Valade getting a hero's welcome back in the dugout. And now you got Simpson aboard, who has not stolen a base since May 11th. And if ever there was a time for one, right now. Ben Williamson stands in. First pitch taken all the way. It's a strike, 0-1. So Chandler Simpson, being held by Freeman at first, is the tying run. And a throw to first, and back he goes. I never would have believed that he could go this long without a stolen base. Part of it is he hasn't been, hitting all that much. And when you're not on base, A, you can't steal, and B, you lose some of your mojo. Let's see if he gets it back. He is running, and he's caught. Klein, though, turns and throws to second base, and Simpson gets back. And Chandler started too early, and Klein, if he had thrown to first, they would have had him, but he wheeled all the way and threw to second.
And that counts as a second disengagement, too. No matter what base you throw to with one guy on, that's a disengagement.
Boy, is that a break for the Rays, at least for now. He has a larger lead. He runs and then stops. Williamson takes a low and outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Dodgers are challenging.
The catcher has challenged.
Dodgers are 2 for 2 in ABS challenges tonight. And now they're 3 for 3.
The pitch was a strike. The count is 0-2.
So no balls, 2 strikes. The count to Ben Williamson. With nobody out of the 8th, a tie game, or not a tie game, a 4-3 Dodger lead. Simpson is the tying run at first. The stretch from Klein. Holding and holding some more. Simpson runs. Williamson. And he fouled it off his leg and hopping around. 0-2.
It's a great fastball that Klein has at 97, but the fact that Simpson is at first makes it more likely for Ben Williamson that he will see fastballs right now.
I'm watching Kyle Tucker doing some arm exercises in right. If Williamson was the whole right side, could hit it that way, there might be a play at third. He goes and stops swinging a chopper towards second base, scooped up by the second baseman Rojas, and throws to first for the out. Simpson advancing to second, so the tying run to second with 1 out. And up comes Austin Slater. So the man gets to second, but it does cost the Rays an out.
Watch your Rays all season. Tune in to Rays TV, presented by Union Home Mortgage, available on major providers across the home territory. Find your channel, enter your zip code, raysbaseball.com/watch.
All right, Rays get a chance here. Fastest man at second, 1 out. Here is Slater. And the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike to Slater, who has singled and scored, grounded to short, and drew a walk. 4-3 Dodgers, 8th inning. The outs are becoming very, very precious here late in the game. Slater takes outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we know Tucker has a very good arm in right, and Pa has strong one in center. The whole right side of the diamond is open, but second baseman Rojas shaded towards the middle where Simpson leads. Now the pitch. Taken all the way for a strike. A fake to second by Rushing. Simpson gets back without a throw, and now it is 1-2 to Slater. Wonder if that was one to hit there. Middle of the plate. A little bit towards the outside, but Austin did not offer him. It's 1-2. Klein hangs out the right arm, glove on the left side of his chest, sets and pitches, very high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tried to get him to follow 98 up and out of the zone. That is 2-2. You know, we were talking earlier about how the Dodgers make contact. You know, the Rays have struck out about 50 fewer times even than the Dodgers this year. They have tended to move the baseball. Now on 2-2, Simpson runs the pitch. Slow ground ball towards Muncy at third. He'll field, throw to first for the out, but Simpson advances to third base. Okay, it is up to Cedric Mullins, a man who has never had a hit against only one team in baseball, and that is the Dodgers. Trying to stare that down here with a tying run at third. And 2 out in the 8th. 4-3 LA. A visit to the mound. Dalton rushing in the third baseman, Muncy.
I think they're talking about the possibility of Cedric bunting for a base hit here because Muncy came over and we've seen Cedric disguise it and try and do it kind of late and hold it there as long as he can.
Muncy is such a heads-up player. Whenever I think of Max Muncy, I think of Manuel Margot trying to steal home in Game 5 of the 2020 World Series. It was Muncy playing first base that day, and with Clayton Kershaw to his high set, when Margot took off, it was Muncy that started to shout with Kershaw's back to Margot, and that's when Kershaw stepped behind the rubber and threw to the plate to get Margot. You don't get a whole lot by Max Muncy. See where they play. Oh, here comes Dave Roberts. So in the end, they were buying time to get a left-hander coming in. So it was just a time suck to get the new pitcher in. Lefty on lefty. The Rays do not have right-handed batter to counter. So Alex Vesia is coming on to pitch against Cedric Mullins with 2 out in the 8th inning. A Weeble call to the bullpen from Dodger Stadium. Los Angeles 4, Rays 3. Back with Vesia versus Mullins after this on the Rays Radio.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC...
Better.
Alex Vesia has been probably one of the more reliable relievers in Dave Roberts' bullpen, and he'll come on to try and get a big out in the 8th. Rays trail the Dodgers 4-3 with a runner at third, Chandler Simpson and 2 out. Vesia, the latest Weeble call to the bullpen.
Well, how about a redo of Game 5 of the 2020 World Series with a different result? With a lefty on the mound, and the odds favored towards Vesia here is so good against lefties. What if Chandler were to take off? All right, here is Mullins against Vesia. A hit tied to the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Just blew the fastball right by him, and the count no balls and a strike. Cedric has walked, struck out, and then a broken bat double play grounded into. 4-3 LA. We're in the 8th. Simpson leading at third. The left-hander throws. Fly ball straightaway center field, pushing Pages back, still going back, but he's got room and makes the catch just short of the track. Good, solid contact by Cedric Mullins, but the ballpark ate it up, and the Rays cannot catch the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-3 LA on the Rays Radio Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time.
And Rojas launches one to deep left field. Valeg to the track at the wall, and it's gone. A pinch hit homer for Miguel Rojas, giving the Dodgers a 4-3 lead.
And that is 4 unanswered runs for Los Angeles as we go to the bottom of the 8th out there at Dodger Stadium. There will be plenty to talk about as the Rays trail 4-3 on the Rays Radio postgame show. We hope that you will call in to the Spectrum Fan Line. The postgame fan line is presented by Spectrum, built for big moments, here for game day. Hopefully the Rays can keep it a 1-run game and give themselves a shot out in La La Land in the 9th. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Chris. Race Baseball brought to you in part by the electrical workers of IBEW Local 915, lighting the way to a better Tampa Bay. Chandler Simpson, who pinch ran, stays in the game in left field for Tampa Bay. Again, he ran for Ryan Valade.
All right, now Stephen Matz back to the mound with Freeman, Betts, and Muncy due up. Stephen's first one to Freddie Freeman is a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Freeman is lined to left, grounded to second, and drawn a walk. From the windup, Matz pitches. Fly ball down the right field line. It's going to get down for a base hit. Cut off on a hop by Slater, and Freeman's got a single to begin the home 8th. So leadoff man on for the Dodgers here on the bottom of the 8th inning, and up comes Mookie Betts. Dodgers in search for some insurance. He is doubled and scored, line to left and fly to center. And first pitch to him from Matz. Gets the top of the zone, a changeup strike, it's 0-1. Now, Matt's middle of the rubber, a look towards first. Freeman not really a threat to run. And the pitch, breaking ball, and that's low. Change up, in fact, and it's even up, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 here to Betts. Second baseman Williamson is about as far as you're allowed to go up the middle, just to the right of second base. Outfield deep and straight away. Matz pushes off, fly ball foul to the right side out of play. And 1-2 the count to Mookie Betts. In the 9th inning, the Rays are scheduled to have Fortes, Walls, and Yandy Diaz. Dodgers have a lefty warming in their bullpen. And the pitch hit in the air towards right, but playable for Slater. Angling back to his left to make the catch. Freeman tags, starts towards second, but then turns around. So 1 out in the 8th. And up comes Max Muncy.
One thing you want to start to see from Matz, his velo's better than it was when he was starting. So we're starting to see that climb again, but you want to see a little more swing and miss. That's the one thing that's missing, whether it's fastball or changeup. He's not getting it right now.
All right, well, he's got a tough lefty to go after here, and Max Muncy. At first pitch to him. Breaking ball. That's a strike on the inside. It's 0-1. I think what hurts about this one right now is that the Rays had a 3-0 lead. But it didn't last long, and then it stayed tied for the longest time until the 7th inning. Here's the one-strike deal from Matz. Swing ground ball toward the right side. Williamson slides. His only play is at first, and he retires Muncy, so Freeman gets to second with 2 out. 2-out runner at second, and now it's the guy who hit the 3-run home run to turn the game in a different direction. Kyle Tucker. Playing high schools, Kyle Tucker. Kyle Snyder's going to go to the mound. Did we wish Wade Boggs a happy birthday yet?
You know, we didn't, and there was someone else we need to wish a happy birthday to. That would be Sue Topkin.
Yes.
Mark's wonderful wife. So happy birthday to Sue. I don't know if she's still listening, but I'm guessing Mark is, and we'll pass it along.
That's right.
It is past midnight on the East Coast, so we are a little late, but better late than never, right?
It's not even her birthday. It's her birthday out here. They're still celebrating Sue Topkin's birthday in California, but the celebration is winding down back on the East Coast.
Well, they almost have 54,000 people for her birthday.
That's right. It's also, since we're in Dodger territory, Dusty Baker's 77th birthday today. So happy birthday to the great Dusty Baker.
I might end up grabbing his book. He's
What's
got
that?
a new book. He's got a new book.
He does.
coming.
That's right. I did hear about that. All right, here we go. Tucker against Matz. Runner at second. 2 out. Bottom of the 8th. 4-3 Dodgers. And here's Matt's first pitch. Way outside, ball 1. Besides the game-tying 3-run homer, Tucker singled to right and struck out. So 2 for 3. One ball and no strikes. Outfield deep and spread out. Matz pitches inside. And it's 2 balls, no strikes. You know, that changeup was working to great effect when he was pitching so successfully at the beginning of the year. He's just got to get that touch back again. Like Neil said, the velocity is starting to tick back up to where it was. And the pitch popped him up. Shallow left. Chandler Simpson coming on, still coming. Now he's there, makes the catch, lost his hat, but caught the ball. Side retired. Dodgers are hoping that 4 is enough. The Rays will turn the lineup over as we go to the top of the 9th. Dodgers 4, Rays 3 on the Rays Radio Network.
Grad school is a big move. Your student loan should keep up. With College Ave student loans, graduate students get flexible repayment options, competitive rates, and a quick, easy online application. You stay in control from application to payoff. Make a smarter choice for your next degree and pay for grad school with confidence. Head to collegeave.com and apply today. That's collegeave.com.
When you're a maintenance engineer in a beverage manufacturing plant, you keep production lines moving and quality on track because there's no room for slowdowns. With Grainger's vast selection of high-quality motors, sensors, belts, and hard-to-find parts, you can get what